Order 66. Remember from Revenge of the Sith when Emperor Palpatine's like, execute Order 66? And many people, including myself, have pointed out that Order 66 seems like one of the stupidest orders ever. Why would they ever have an order that, given the word, every single clone trooper will instantly turn against the Jedis and massacre them? That just exists? That just one word, boom, instantly all Jedis are dead. That just seems a little bit stupid. It seems like a plot hole many people have pointed out. Like, why is Order 66 just that simple? How many orders are there? What do all the orders even mean? Are they all that extreme? But I'm going to explain why Order 66 actually makes a lot of sense. Now, you have to think about the Force for a second in Star Wars. We have seen the Force do amazing things. We've seen it strangle people. You can summon lightning with the power of the Force. You can bring down Star Destroyers. Yes, in The Force Unleashed, the main character, Starkiller, straight up brings down and destroys a ginormous, like, fucking continent-sized Star Destroyer with the power of the Force. And that's not even counting lightsabers and the amount of Jedis that there were at the time of the Clone Wars. Overall, there are just many different reasons why Order 66 would exist and make perfect sense. Now, what would happen, for example, if all the Jedis decide to have a mutiny against the clone troopers? What if they all decided, you know what, guys, I'm pretty sure that if we combined all of our force powers, we could probably crush Coruscant in an instant. Or, that's not even just counting a mutiny. What about things like, what's we're looking for? Mind control? Now, we've seen from other Siths, like Rey, I'll plug in a video that explains why I called Rey a Sith. Rey uses some seriously, like, dominant mind control. Yeah, it takes her a second. And that was when she was unexperienced with the Force. When she was unexperienced with the Force, she had the ability to make a stormtrooper release her, drop his weapon, and straight up walk away. Like, and that was someone who was using the Force for the second time in their entire life. Like, holy shit, man, what the fuck? And it kind of raises me to think, what if a Sith with a lot more experience, say Emperor Palpatine or Darth Vader or any other, Darth Maul, for the hell, Darth Maul's fucking force power is pretty powerful, and they all have way more experience than Rey does. What if they all combine their powers together and just mind controlled the Jedi? Now, to be fair, you can make the argument, but they would fight back with their force powers, except for the fact that argument's invalid. Kylo Ren, who has far more experience using the Force than Rey had at that point, was actually, Rey was, I'm getting confuzzled here, but Rey was able to, like, attack Kylo Ren in his mind, and she hadn't used the Force before. That was the first time she'd ever used the Force, and she was able to straight up mentally attack someone with a Sith with way more experience. And Siths are known for using mind control to take over minds of people. And he couldn't fight that back? No, he was like, you could see him struggling. Now, you could argue, oh, Rey is just destined to be stronger, which is such a bullshit thing. The fact that, oh, Luke is naturally stronger because of genetics, which is, okay, I'm sorry, but the Force is not a genetic thing. That's dumb. That's a dumb thing. That's a dumb thing to think about. To be fair, I like the idea of the Force having more of a scientific basis. I'm actually one of the people who heard about midichlorians and was like, doesn't bother me. Makes sense. You gotta give the Force some kind of a scientific basis. It can't just be magic. I don't have to explain it. There has to be some kind of a scientific basis. So yes, you could, with that scientific basis, you could argue that genetics do have some kind of sway, and the fact that some Jedis are a lot weaker when it comes to using the Force because of genetics. And to be fair, that's totally a valid argument, but I just have a hard time believing that, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But who knows? So the thing is, we now have two perfectly valid reasons to make Order 66. We could have one of those reasons, and Order 66 would be a perfectly valid argument. But people wonder, wait, there's just an order to kill all Jedis and form the Empire? But that's the thing, though. The Order isn't about forming a Empire, because with the introduction of The Force Awakens, you find out that the Stormtroopers aren't clones. In fact, there's only about, like, by the time that New Hope happens, there's a grand total of, like, 12 clone troopers still alive. That's not 12. 12, 10, 12. 12 stormtroopers are clone troopers that are still alive that become this force called Vader's Fist, which is a select group of stormtroopers that are all clones, think and act exactly the same. It's basically the equivalent of having one stormtrooper, multiply him 12 times and have like, it's an idea to keep like some kind of a squadron. But you wouldn't want every single stormtrooper to be a clone because one, clones have like a fraction of the lifespan that's humans have, and enslaving them makes a lot more sense because there's that human dynamic that clones can't match. But for the sake of having like just a select squadron of clone troopers that all think and act exactly the same, basically a 12-man army that you control and will all do the same thing. It's like fire. It's like, boom, now you got 12 different people shooting at the same spot all in the exact same way, so it's incredibly difficult to dodge. And yeah, and so there's many reasons why they would get rid of clone troopers. So that's the thing. Making the Empire isn't a part of Order 66. And I just want to clear this up because a lot of people have like really misguided ideas of what Order 66 is. And so this is just a little short video. By the way, Happy New Year's Eve. 2016 is finally going to be over in a grand total of about 2 more hours approximately. And I'm going to be up till 12. Pretty much the moment it happens, I'm going to tweet out 2016 is over, 2017 has begun. I am so happy, and I think I'm just going to relax. Maybe play some of that good old-fashioned Mega Mans. Who knows? But it's over. 2016 is finally coming to an end. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. It sucks so much. But yeah, this video is just, to clear up some loose ends about what Order 66 is and why it's not a plot hole and why it actually makes perfect sense why they would have an order to kill all Jedis if required, if they were all mind-controlled, if they all mutinied, if they all whatever. All right.